people elected him to do. And it's very simple in my opinion. America has been for sale ever since President Ronald Reagan. Globalists and presidents in the left and the right have taken part of auctioning parts of the United States, including the military, acting like the world protectors and servicing other nations' interests. And we've been used and we've been paid like a whore, and that's interesting because that's what the Bible refers to nations who, specifically Israel and Babylon, nations who don't look after their own interests. They look after the interests of other nations. They get paid to do a job and they spill blood. And that's what Bill Clinton and George H. Bush and George W. Bush have done, and definitely Obama has done. Gone to wars with other countries to get their interests protected, destroy each other's foes, be paid to interfere in democracies of other countries and other nations. Yeah, the United States has done that. We've done that. I say we because I live in the States and I feel guilty for paying my tax dollars. That's another topic for the use of our military complex to interfere in other people's countries, democracies. And so it has to come to a point where the American people are waking up to see what has been happening for many years. The American people is not being protected by the government, is being used by the government. And again, that was the left and the right prior to Trump. Remember, Trump was not a politician prior to 2016, 2014, 15, when he announced his campaign. When people thought he was nuts, he was not going to win, which is another topic of discussion of what happened and how that happened. But so he was not a politician. He was not somebody that we would consider an influence in the geopolitical stage. But he started speaking his mind, and the truth is that he started speaking to the hearts and souls of the American people. He started sounding the alarm of many things that we already had our doubts, and we were like, this is very weird. But I'm going to say we, even though I never swallow the lies of the media, but most people would have said, you think the government would allow the media to do all this, and you think that the government would do this to its citizens, and you think. Well, now we see what the government is capable of, and now we see what they really want to do. Now we know they're after power, and when they have that power, they'll have no respect for nothing, for nobody whatsoever. They do not have respect for the minorities. They don't care about minorities. They have no respect for the black community. They do not. They're using the black communities, and I'm afraid that it is the black community who is going to end up paying for all this nonsense that is happening right now. So I'm just watching an interesting little thing here. I want to put it on camera. I don't know if it's poisonous or not, but it looks pretty mean. I don't want one of my kids to step on it. So anyway, there's a lot to say. We are here. I took my family out of the country. I know there's gonna be a second American Civil War. I see no other way around. It keeps escalating and escalating, and I don't want to be in the middle of it, and I don't want my family to be in the middle of it, and that is the reason why I took my family out of the States. I honestly saw this one coming a long time ago. I'm not gonna brag. I am still praying and hoping that I'm crazy and none of this is gonna happen. I don't think it's necessary for it to happen. But just want to I want to tell you that it is very possible. And I thought it was going to happen during the Obama years because, you know, people on the right were so, I'm going to say, you know, upset, pissed, some of the things that were being done. You know, there were rumors that, you know, there was going to be a coup against the president and they were going to be overthrowing his presidency. That never happened. And then came the wild card, Mr. Trump, and this is where we are today. Coronavirus, protests. It's just so unreal and surreal that all of this is happening in you know, one of the most powerful countries in the world, and you know, the shootings that have taken place, and the lawyer that, you know, that people came to protest thinking that it was the governor who lived there, and it was this lawyer who came out with his rifle, you know, and then they sued him. They took his weapons. What? Unbelievable! Unbelievable. So I am here. I mean, I'm trying to enjoy it, but my mind is thinking what the next step should be. I'm always thinking. I'm thinking what I should be doing for my family. There are sources of information that point at collapse of the currency, meaning the dollar, the greenback. You know, there's been a lot of volatility in the market the last month and a half, but that's always the case, right? I mean, that always happens. That's part of the deal. That's part of how market fluctuations work, right? So what would the world be after all that happens? And that's what I keep thinking, you know, what would happen, and how can I set myself up and my family up for a good, or at least, you know, a better future, either in Costa Rica or after this turmoil, you know, transition of governments happening in the United States. What are the things that I should be focusing on? What are the things that I should be doing? I honestly don't know. I'm praying. But I feel that, you know, we already have the answer. I know from scripture that the world will go to a point of no return where, you know, people are going to start killing each